Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but what the fuck? Anyways, this is the story of how I accidentally ran a half marathon. Essentially, in the summer of 2023, I was inspired randomly, for some reason, to run a full marathon, and luckily I didn't go through with that. But then my girlfriend wanted to run the half, and I ended up doing that with her. That was like in August of last year, and I completely forgot to train for it, till like December. Up until that point, I had only really run like 5 miles, like all at once, so this was like not good going in. Yeah, so as for training, I mean, I had like a little bit over 2 weeks, I think. I started like the week before Christmas, and then obviously I didn't do anything for Christmas. So my first run was on the 26th of December, so the day after Christmas, and it was 3.06 miles, and I did that in 45 minutes, so very, very, very slow. And yeah, I went to the park, and basically I did my 3 miles, and I died, and I felt like, holy crap, why did I sign up for this? There's no way I can actually do this. Then I didn't do anything again, because then it was New Year's, and then on January 3rd, I ran 5 miles. It took me an hour and 17 minutes. That's like an average pace of 15:22, it's telling me. Again, really slow, just taking my time trying to get some miles in. And to be honest, this one was also really, really hard. I picked some random trail like around here, and it was so hilly. I just kept going up and down, and my legs were dead. I think I walked most of it, to be honest. And then I completely miscalculated, so I had no idea where to go for like 5 miles. So I kept like running laps around my neighborhood as well. I think I've absolutely messed up my estimations of how long this is going to be as well. This is not going to be 5 miles. And then again on the 9th, I went on a run. This one was 4.24 miles. Honestly, this one felt pretty easy after the 5 I had done, just because it was flat, so it felt okay. And then a 1 mile run on January 12th, and then the half was on the 14th. So I did the Houston Half Marathon. It was my first time doing it. My sister had done it twice before, so I knew a little bit of like what to expect, but you know, there were so many people there. They asked for like my expected finish time, and I put myself like at 3 hours and 30 minutes just because my average mile time at that time was like 15 minutes, so it was pretty spot on, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, going into it, I was like, oh, you know what, I did 5 miles, that's like almost half of it, right? Like I just need to push for the rest of it. If I can do 5, then I can do 8, and if I can do 8, then I can at least push for the next like 5, right? Totally wrong. Yeah, it's probably the worst decision of my life. I'm still like recovering from it, and it's been like 3 weeks. So I put myself all the way at the very back. What I didn't know was that at the very back, everyone's just gonna be like walking the whole time. Okay, I came inside because my neighbors were making noise outside, so I got a little self-conscious. I'm still like really getting used to like having a camera like outside. I was trying to practice in the backyard, I guess, so that I could feel better about myself, but yeah, still not there yet. Anyways, yeah, so I put myself at the very back, so there was a ton of people in front of me, and I didn't realize that at the beginning of these races, like, I guess like when you're in the back, a lot of people like to start out walking, and it was so cold outside, like at least for me, because I hadn't really trained that much in like the winter weather. It was like 40 degrees outside, and I was like, I cannot walk. Like I needed to warm up, I needed to heat up. I had done some warm-ups like indoors beforehand, but at that point we were standing outside for like 15 minutes. Like I was getting so cold. So trying to like weave in and out of like this big crowd of people, like while everyone's walking, was like so A, annoying, and B, difficult, and C, tiring, because I'm literally going like farther than the actual course. And then another thing is I haven't really trained on like the road, so I hadn't gone road running very much, so it was pretty hard on my legs. I guess it was like the surface, and then the roads here are kind of like this, so while I'm weaving in and out of people, I'm kind of going up and going down, which caused a lot of like strain on my shin and like the little muscles like around there, my calves and my ankles and stuff, which come into play later on as well. But like the first couple of miles are like going okay, and then it starts to like kind of warm up a little bit, and it's nice outside, and I'm really enjoying it, honestly. If you've never run a race before, I definitely recommend it. It's so different from like running on your own, I guess. Just because nobody's like rooting for you when you're running on your own. It's like, oh, just you. But when you're in these races, there's so many other people that it's just so much more motivating than when you're just running around your local park by yourself. Once we pass like mile 5, I'm struggling. I start to really, really feel it. I think I accidentally went a little bit too fast earlier on. My pacing was around like 13 to 14, which is like a minute, 2 minutes faster than I like trained at. I wanted to take it easy the whole way through, but I started going a little faster, I guess because I got like excited. And yeah, I really started to feel it. But another thing I really started to feel was I needed to go to the bathroom like really badly. I needed to take a dump as soon as humanly possible. Like literally every step I took, like I would try to relax so I'm not straining like my upper body too much, like I'm not like stiff. And every time I did that, I felt like I was relaxing my body too much and I was scared like poop would like slip out of my butt or something like that. So I needed to find a porta potty like stat. So I'm like walking around, like looking, and while I'm doing this, my hips started to lock up. And so I checked this later on, but on mile 10, my mile time was 19 something. Like I literally could not run anymore. I was done. I was stuck. I was just walking the whole way through. And yeah, at that point, I just felt miserable. I was like, wow, I am so stupid for doing this. Like, why didn't I practice more? Why didn't I train more? Why didn't I take this more seriously? But then, like, there are people on the side. There's people around me that were running. There's people, like, way older than me. There's people, just, it was kind of, like, a little bit inspiring. Like, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, I should do it. I should be able to do this. And then, seeing a couple of my friends like on the sides as well really helped give me like that little extra push that I needed. I just started running with the pain until it kind of like eventually went away. Yeah, until I got close to the finish line. This is like probably the hardest like mile I ever ran in my life. Like it was so tough and awful, but also like this area of the race was like so much more packed because it combined with the marathon runners. So most of the people I would say were there for the marathon runners rather than the half marathon runners. So when the crowds like combined, it was actually really, really busy, and we're running through downtown Houston, and it was really nice. We had our names on our bibs, so people were like reading out my name. They're like, "Let's go, Daniel!" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm going." And yeah, that was awesome. And I was like, I don't want to be walking across the finish line. Like that would make me feel like such a failure. Like I need to finish this as strong as I started it. So I am running not as like hard as I can, but as strong as I can at that time. And I'm checking my watch. I'm like, cool, 12.9. Awesome. 0.2 to go. I can hold this. I keep going. My watch vibrates. 13 miles. Oh my God, I'm almost there. Keep going. I look, 13.1, but I'm still not there. I keep going, 13.2. I'm still not there. At this point, I'm like, dude, how far is the finish line? Like, I'm starting to panic a little bit. I keep going, 13.3, still not there. And then I finally see it, and I'm like running to it. I'm gasping. I'm dying. Like, I ran that extra push thinking I only had 0.2 left, but I had so much more, and it was just so miserable. And then I finally crossed that line. Honestly, I didn't really feel anything except for relief at that point. I was so happy it was over. I was really proud of myself for like finishing it, but to be honest, I had no doubt that I would finish it. Unless like something horribly wrong happened to me, knock on wood, it didn't. But I knew that there was no way I was gonna let like the van pick me up, or I was just gonna like take a break off the side and just not continue. Like I knew I had to finish this thing. So I was proud of myself for sticking to that at least, and for being able to finish it and getting my medal at the end. Afterwards, I felt awful. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't like walk. I wanted to throw up. I felt so cold, so dizzy, and that definitely just is a part of like not training. So yeah, I mean, this goes without saying. I really recommend like training for these things before like you actually do them. And afterwards, I ate some really good food. I basically couldn't walk anymore. Like I was just limping. My feet hurt so bad. So my final time was 3 hours and 25 minutes and around like 44 seconds, which is, 4 or 5 minutes faster than I had calculated. So I'm really happy about that. In my mind, like 3:30 was like the goal. I wanted to just hit it before that. Obviously, like if I end up doing another one of these and I train for it, I really want to hit under 3 hours. I mean, I'm not a very good runner. I'm not a strong runner. I never have been. I've never been very fast. So hitting under 3, I think would be a really great accomplishment. Getting to like 2:30, I think I would be extremely happy with. So those are probably my goals moving forward. And yeah, I ran 13.42 miles. So technically, I ran more than a half marathon at the half marathon because I was going like this the whole time. But you know, they don't give you a medal for that, so there's no use in complaining. I'm sure other people ran more than 13.1 as well. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make a video about my experiences. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna win a world record or anything like that by doing one of these without training. I've seen so many of these videos, like I ran a marathon without training, I ran a half marathon without training, but usually it's with people that like, I don't know, they're already like kind of fit so they can handle it. You know, I basically went from couch to half marathon, you know, basically within a month. So yeah, don't do that. If you're a couch potato like me, if you're super inactive, don't do that. Please listen to me. Don't do that. My feet hurt. I still can't go running. It's been about 2-3 weeks now, so don't do that. But yeah, I really want to do more of these races, hopefully a half marathon in another city. That would be really, really cool. And hopefully I get comfortable enough using this camera outside. As you saw, I'm not even comfortable using it in my backyard yet. So maybe at a certain point I'll be able to take this out and run with it. And yeah, I mean, I think that'd be really cool. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I'm going to do my best to post a little bit more than I have before. I've kind of got a little bit more inspiration to work on this a little bit again. And I miss it. I miss making videos. I miss, you know, reading people's comments. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.